Hey, welcome everybody. It is Wednesday, and on Wednesdays here at Bemodo, we do the AI Power 20. So, cutting edge AI strategies in 20 minutes. I always start off a little bit, make sure that people start to pile in as we start to get this rolling. And I'm excited to do this today. We've got a lot of cool stuff going on, got a lot of cool features to be able to show you. And so, as the people come in, just want to welcome you to being here. Put on my glasses so I can see what the heck I'm looking at. And I'm excited to be able to show some really cool cutting edge AI business tools for the people who are coming on. So thanks for being here. Please make sure in the chat that you start chatting. You've got Q&A section in there. I'll try to do my best. My wife will be the first one to tell you I'm not the best multitasker, but I do my best. I've got my two big screens here ready to start to show this to you. So those of you who are here, be sure you tell me where you're coming from. And as I go through this process, I really hope that you'll ask questions, because after that first 20 minutes when I go through some of these cutting edge things that we've prepared for you, I'll tell you when we're done with that, but be sure you ask questions. And then after that 20 minutes, I'll stay on for a little bit longer because we've got a lot of customers, a lot of new people who are coming in that have questions on both the AI marketing wizard, content wizard, as well as our marketing suite. So if you're new here, if you're not new, please put in the chat where you're calling from, what you're doing here, and also please make sure that you're asking questions as we go. And after this 20 minutes, I'll answer questions on all parts of Bemodo, AI, and even the marketing suite. So without further ado, very cool. So what we're going to share today is I'm going to show how to create really great email marketing series that can go inside of any email provider. We use the marketing suite, and the marketing suite is a white label. It's a white label of Go High Level. And when we go through that, please understand that there's a lot of different videos out there, but one of the hardest things to do is to fill the content with those emails. So whenever somebody subscribes to anything that we do, any of the ads that we do, any of the trainings that we do, we have an email series that goes out. And oftentimes in the past, it was really difficult for me to be able to not just create email series for me, but also email series for my customers and my clients that we did a lot of copywriting for. So if you're like me and you've done a lot of marketing and copywriting in the past, once you start to get more and more customers, it becomes harder and harder to remember the tone, the style, and how it is that that customer wanted that. That's why last week I showed you how to train an avatar. This week, I'm going to show you how to easily create a series of emails, a series of different things that you've got going on, and to easily convert that into something that you can put into the marketing suite or anything else that you've done. Hey, Steven from Arizona, great to have you here. So, like I say, please don't be shy. I see a bunch of you on there. But tell me where you're calling in, and if you have questions as I do this, be sure you ask me on that. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you whenever you start inside of the Bemodo AI content or marketing wizard, you always start off with a new conversation. The new conversation, all you got to do is hit this plus sign right up here, and it creates a new one. And I'm going to work off of some of the others that I've worked in the past demos on how to, I've created the first 7 days of the power launch, and I'm going to show you where to find those. And then I'm going to show you how, after you've done those first 7 steps, how it is that you can easily turn those into emails. So, hey, Jim and Heidi from Arizona too. Looks like the only people with courage today are the ones from Arizona to say hi. So thanks, guys. So I'm gonna come in here, and where I would normally just start and create a new conversation, all you got to do is put it in there. I'm going to work off of a fake product called Body Fuel. And I've done that in the past, so I'm going to show you how to work off of that. Normally you just hit save and you would work on a fresh conversation. But I'm working off of the Body Fuel that I did the 7-day power launch. So just so you know what's the power launch. If you go into the templates right here on the left, you can see that there's different aspects to the power launch. The first 7 days right here are creating a buyer persona. And it's really important when you're creating your content that you understand the pains, the problems, the concerns, the issues that people have. And you always start off with those pains and those problems and a thorough understanding of the psychological profile of your client, because that's how it is that you're going to write to them. And one of the biggest mistakes that I see new people make is they write to how great their product is. They write about all the features, the horsepower. That's a giant mistake, right? So the first 7 steps in the power launch, and it's really easy to find them. Just hit templates right here. You go to 7-day AI power launch, and you can see they're all one by one, step 1, step 2, step 3, and it helps you on this first one to understand the pains of your target market. Then step 2 is going to walk you through a strategic scaling growth guide that you can use to start to scale your business. Step 3 is further understanding of your target market and their secret desires. So it starts off right here with a bit of a psychological profile and the pains the sufferings of your client base. And then this next one is the desires and even the secret desires of them. And I do this every day to businesses of all types that are out there. And it never ceases to amaze me how close it gets to people. I've had people say, man, it's almost like you're in the heads of my clients. And this is a really fast process. And then the next one you do is it's a comprehensive company overview. A lot of times we have a tough time bragging about ourselves. And so this does a great job of bragging about you in a way that's going to really attract and resonate with your target market. From there, what it does is it creates a brand voice for your target. And it will create a celebrity that can match your brand voice. And it's really great about that because sometimes the target market doesn't even know why you're resonating with them. Well, it's probably because that target market resonates with that celebrity that it models the content after. From there, it creates pillars and your value offers, and then it'll help you create a social media plan. So I'm going to start from there, and you can watch some of my past videos where I've done the first 7 steps. And I did that with this buyer persona right here, this body fuel energy buyer persona. And you can see right there, it's giving me an age range, so it does a bit of a demographic information, a description of them, the problems, and then it immediately gets into their emotions and negative emotions, their fears, the problems with current energy drinks, solutions that they've tried. And so it goes immediately into those fears like I was talking to you about. From there, the next one, it starts to go into just all these different, helping you better understand your target as it goes through that. So I've already done all 7 steps, the first 7 steps for this body fuel energy. So what I want to show you today is if you take those first 7 steps, now I'm just going to go all the way to the bottom. You can see that I interact back and forth with it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit templates right down here. And it already understands my client quite well. Let me go into the templates. It'll bring this up right here. And I'm going to go into 7-day launch part 2. So you can do step 10. It's going to help you create LinkedIn articles. I'm going to skip that. And this one will help you write those articles. Super helpful. You can use those for blogs or whatever you want. But I'm going to go right into this in the series of direct response email series outliner. Okay. So that's the first step. You can skip these and this part 2 of the 7-day power launch. What you can do is you can pick and choose some of the ones that you want to do. So all I've got to do is hit the red arrow right here, and it's going to ask me a series of questions to be able to create me an outline of these emails. Now, these are the emails that I put inside of it doesn't matter which CRM tool you're using. The Bemodo Marketing Suite is a white label of Go High Level. And we've set up automations that whenever somebody comes in, an empty cart, it's got its own email series. So it doesn't matter what it is that you're going for, this will work for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say I want a series of 6 emails. And because I've already run all of what's going on within the this target market, all I'm going to do is say draw on previous answers. However, if I'd trained my avatar like I trained you last week, you could select an avatar right down here, and all you'd have to put on there is, draw and reference files from my avatar. So what I'm just trying to do is cut down on the work, and I love training the avatars because then I can draw on just about everything I want. So this, I really don't have to answer it, but you can also use this template 12, even if you haven't done some of the other series of questions. You just have to fill out this information. So I'm just going to put in here draw on previous answers because the steps 1 through 7 are already they're already answered in the previous questions. So for this one, all I've got to do, call to action. I'm going to put on here, click here to try body fuel free, or let's do 50% off your first purchase. So that's just a call to action. Some of your businesses, you'd want to put something like, click here to schedule an appointment with me. Click here to watch a video. So those are just the call to actions. So now what it's going to do is it's going to go through and read all of what I had put in here before. It's already done. So it's given me an outline of those six emails. So it's summarized all of the content from those previous emails of the problem that my target market has, the primary promise, that Body Fuel is going to take care of. It talks about the unique solution, how it works, specific instructions. All of that was previously done. So all I have to do is hit try, to go to previous answers. Then it gives me one by one an outline of the emails and how they work. And I don't know any of you guys who have been copywriters in the past, but these templates took me a long time to make them work this beautifully. And I can tell you that because I do this over and over, not just for my business, but also for the clients that we work with, these are a game changer and game saver, because not just because you don't have to come up with a template, but there's so many garbage prompts that are out there. We've tested this over and over and over, and it works on just about any of the niches that we've been able to try. So it gives me all 6 of those, and I'm just going to assume that I like them. So I'm just going to go browse, and I'm going to go, I started with this one right here, series of direct response emails, template 12, and I'm just going to hit 13 right here. And the call to action, once again, I'm just going to repeat that, and I'm going to put click here to save 50% on your first order. And then right here, I'll put an exclamation. And then right here, I'm just going to put Jeffrey Boyle, and we'll put Chief Energy Guy, because this is for the fake energy drink. And now it's going to write my first email. So it's just going to quickly go through. It's going to take that first one that's in there. And what I'm going to do, of course, I want to read it, make sure that it feels good. Right here, these are just so you can put in the names of the person. You can also do a mail merge if you need to do something like that. But when it comes to energy drinks, I thought I'd seen it all. But recently I discovered a natural way to boost energy that is so game-changing, it's hard to believe it even exists. So I just have to share it, Body Fuel. So one of the things I'm going to tell you on this is, let's pretend I don't like that. And I'm going to say, you can just give it a quick feedback. I kind of like this, but emphasize that I tested this product for years because I was sick of the dangerous energy drinks out there. So rewrite now. So you can give it instant instructions and it's going to rewrite it. First of all, most of it's okay. So boom, it did it really quick. When it comes to energy drinks, I thought I'd seen it all, but after years of testing and being frustrated with dangerous energy options, I discovered a natural solution. So boom, now it's beautiful. Love it. And so I've got the first email. So all I've got to do right here is hit copy, put it into my, let's just do fit. I always use Google. I always use Google Documents for this. So once I like one, I'll just put it right in here, so I can then later add it to whatever document, or you can work directly into Go High Level if you want to do that. But I always prefer to first put them in a Google Doc, read them over and over and over again. So perfect. So I've done the first one. Now all I've got to do is hit Browse Templates, and I'm going to go now to, so 13 does the first email, but now 14 is going to do all the rest of the emails for me one at a time. So I'm just going to put on here email number 2, and I'm going to go back up to here where it told me the email. So I just have to copy and paste that subject line right there. It's already given me a purpose for that. I throw that in there. And now I'm just going to put on here once again, draw on previous answers. You can say, how am I going to remember that? Well, it's right there in the description. Draw on previous answers right there. You can just ask it to do that. So I just hit draw on previous answers, draw on previous answers. Oh, well, I'll do a new one. I'm going to put click to win $100 for testing body fuel. I don't know, something like that, right? And my name, Jeff Boyle, and I'll put Chief Energy Dude. Okay, so now now it's going to start, and it's going to give me the next one. And what's great about this is after you do the second one, you don't have to change much on there. Boom, it already knocked it out before I was even having done anything. Let's put it in there as number 2. Perfect. And now it's going to be even faster to, let me put this. It's going to be even faster to put these out. So email number 3, all I've got to test or change is this. I'm going to put 3, put the email subject line in there, and then I'm going to put the purpose right there in there, and I'm just going to keep the rest the same, and boom, generate. So you can see you're going to want to read through those, and you can give it feedback. You can do whatever it is that you need to do. But now in just a matter of minutes, I have an entire email chain, and these, so you know, what these are modeled after is they're modeled after the same way that the top copywriters do their blueprints on there. I've talked at different times to people who say, gosh, that may feel too salesy for me. Well, then tell it to be less salesy. You know, say that feels a little over the top, tone it back a little bit. But this is also what I would caution you. I was an English major, that I read all these classical, amazing pieces of literature out there. So I was pretty sophisticated. And then I went to law school. And at law school, I became even more sophisticated. So when I first started doing copywriting, it was lame. It was not effective. And I recently was on the phone with a new customer, and I said, this is not going to work. And the customer said to me, is like, well, how do you know? I said, because that's how I used to write it. You have to preach from the mountaintops about how great your product is. And so don't put a muzzle on these templates. And you'll be shocked at these sophisticated clients out there who will respond to very, very salesy, that's what I called it now, effective copywriting. And the templates that are behind these are actually modeled after some of the top email copywriters that are out there. Guys that you'd have to pay, guys and ladies that you'd have to pay tens of thousands of dollars to write these for you. They've put their templates and their formulas out there in the public, and it's really easy. And they put them into, oftentimes they'll put them into free giveaways that they're basically saying, go ahead and use these. So all I did was I used Bemodo to analyze that, and it gave me some of their copyright formulas that they've put out there for the public to use, and as a part of their books and their giveaways, and I've had Bemodo use them. And, you know, there's guys out there like Russell Brunson that has preached for years to do copy hacking, which is to see what's working and then to emulate it. Well, I also did the same thing for some of the top, I subscribe to email newsletters and to different products and services out there. And I just had Bemodo analyze the content formula of those top copywriters. And I brewed it. I guess I summarized it all into the templates that are behind these email series. So if you really are looking for a way to get people to respond to your content, this is a great way to quickly output it, and you can easily give any kind of feedback to it, and it will rewrite it, and you can see how fast it rewrites it for you. So from there, we're going to put into the chat, or later if you have questions on how we're going to teach you we're going to give you reference to how we've taught to do automation inside of the Bemodo Marketing Suite or Go High Level, and you're going to see how to take these emails and easily put them over into some of these other campaigns. We love Go High Level because of the automation, that once a person does it, then a couple days afterwards, it just goes through step by step by step. And once I've done all 6 of these emails, you can even ask it and say, before I go further, how should I space out these emails to a prospective customer who hasn't purchased yet? Question, over 6 emails. So give me best email practices, and I'm in the mountain. You can even be lazy. Say I'm in the mountain time zone. So you can even ask it to give you suggestions, and then you can then program right there inside of Go High Level the days and the times that it tells you to output it. So guys, you can see right there, it's recommending that I do it over a 12-day period of time. Tells me, which of those emails and how to do it, and then a couple extra tips on how to do it and some A/B testing. So that is your AI powered 20 in 20 minutes on how to quickly output a series of 6, 7, 8 emails that are going to be written specifically to your target market. So hopefully you guys can start to implement that. There is so much gold within here of these templates that we've spent so many hours to be able to help you output killer content fast. So I hope you start to take advantage of it. So that's the end of our AI Power 20. And I'm also now I'm going to make myself available for any questions that you have within the AI Content Wizard, any questions that you have on the Marketing Wizard, or just any prompt writing that you may have. So here to help you take your business to the next level. And I'm excited that you could join me today. So if you got a question, if you want me to unmute you, even you can ask me, or you can just type it right inside the chat if you like. So I'll wait a second because I know I'm actually about 20 seconds ahead of most of you who are out there. But be sure you put your question in there. And if there's no questions today, then we wrap it up. So once again, thanks for being on, and hopefully you can implement that and make it happen fast. Looks like we got a question there. Put on my glasses. How do you keep your email content fresh and engaging, especially when sending campaigns regularly? So Stephen, one of the things that, a series of 6 emails is, there's going to be just some remind. In marketing, it tells you, you've got 7 to 8 touches, meaning they've got to see you or hear you 7 to 8 times before they even start to think about it sometimes. So you're going to have some repetition in these email series. However, one of the things that we do now, we're sending out what we call our we've got our email series out there, and the email series is something that requires a lot of new content. We call it the Power Playbook newsletter. And inside of that, you're going to want to make it different every single time if you're doing newsletters. So the same thing happens with this, is that we create internal templates that we kind of fill out the different sections, and we build the different sections one at a time. And the person who is building the newsletter right now is my wife, Angela. And Angela's never done copywriting with regularity before. But what we did is we built the newsletter with the tone and style of a famous influencer that I follow and I like. He's fun. He uses easy to use terms, and so for something like that, if you're doing a newsletter, that's when you're going to want to make sure that your content is extremely fresh. So something like that, uh, just so you know, in the past, sometimes it would take 2-3 hours to write a good newsletter, but because we've built it in sections, then you just do a little bit of research and it actually can go and rewrite those sections for you, even if you found similar content out there on the web. But that way you're not copywriting infringement. It's taking those ideas, inspiring them, and creating new content for you. And that may be a fun thing to do in the future, is to show you guys how to do email series, or a newsletter that has to be super super fresh. But as it relates to these product sales type of things, Stephen, there is, you're not going to be, pounding out emails to them over the next 6 months about trying. You have to stop at a certain point and then you have to do it. But there's other templates that we have in here that can help you come up with a lot of different ideas. And the same thing can be done with, just as an example, I'll do this, and this may be more than what you'd asked for, but right inside of here, template 10, you've got a LinkedIn direct response headline creator. So it's really easy. It's really easy to take something like this, and this is step 10 in the 7-day power launch. I'll just put on here, see previous answers, and I'll put on here body fuel energy, and I'm going to put on this article ideas, why most energy drinks are dangerous to your health. So this is actually going to give me 20 different ideas that could actually, even though this is made for LinkedIn, I could take this and I could use it right inside these email campaigns to be able to give me an entire newsletter of 20 new fresh ideas for the weeks to come. So you can see right here, it's giving me 20 different ideas right here. So unmasking energy drinks, the shocking truth. So if I really wanted to do something like that, I can just say, I love choice number 1. Write me an email newsletter with this topic. So it's going to actually write it to the target market. It's going to write it to the with that content that's in there. And I didn't even have to do much of anything because it has all of that content before. And this could be actually a pretty darn good email newsletter the first time, because it goes through step by step on way to do it. And then once again, it says click here to learn more about body fuel energy. So you start off educating, and then you come back at the end of it, and there's nothing wrong with doing a little bit of self-promotion after you've educated and given value. So hopefully that helps, Stephen. There's a lot of different ways to be able to use this once you've done it. And that template 10, once you've trained an avatar, or once you have done steps 1 through 7, it's super powerful, and it gives you all kinds of cool ideas, more ideas that you're going to know what to come with. Step 7 in the 7-day also can help you come up with a bunch of ideas for social media. So it really, really helps you with creativity to be able to have a really intelligent, creative sidekick to be able to help you do it. So hopefully that answered your question. Any other questions for today? Got a couple more minutes, and let's see. There's the next one. Cool. Stephen wrote, cool. Thank you. You are welcome. That's why we do these. Anything else? Any other questions on? Doesn't have to apply to what we taught today. Could be what you're running into each week. Could be what you're running into that you have questions within the marketing suite, or right here within the AI. You can raise your hand. You can put the question in. I need to go in the question answer. That is empty too. All right. Well, thank you so much. be sure that you come back. Be sure you come with your questions. And even beforehand, you can send us a question, and I may make the whole training completely on something that you need. So super excited to have you here. Super excited to answer your questions and help you build your business. And our team here at Bemodo is dedicated to that. And quit out putting boring stuff. Quit out putting crap, and really wow your audience with tons and tons of content that resonates with them. And it is possible to do with this. So we're excited to have you here, and I'll see you next week. Talk to you soon.